aspire to be among the top nations globally when domestic economy, prosperity and innovation is concerned?
I think basic skill that need to everybody, no matter what generation you are, coming into this era of technology moving so fast, we need a generation that have the right mindset, that willing to learn and then unlearn, and then they have to relearn, and then they have to co-learn, and then only we can co-create. So that is the kind of talent that we need. So 21st century skills, we need, I think if you see indexes, Malaysia in terms of knowledge we are quite good. We are number 22 globally out of 162 countries. But translating the knowledge into innovation, or let's say startup skills, we are very low. We are number 92 out of 102. So we need to have more talent that have the creative and innovative ideas, willing to take risk, trying new things. So in order to do that, we need to have a chicken and egg kind of situation. You need to build up the right ecosystem for them to feel safe. At the same time, they think we need a generation or talent that think that this is the place that we can push new ideas, that I can dreams and make it come true in innovation, especially in science and technology. So with this, we need to work hand in hand with ministry like Ministry of Entrepreneur Development to have a scheme or an ecosystem for young generation that have ideas, good ideas like, let's say, Grab ideas, Uber ideas, or any other unicorn kind of companies' ideas to be nurtured here in Malaysia. So that is the kind of talent that we need. So to me, university have to be agile enough to change their courses. Also the colleges, because this is where we train our semi-skilled and skilled workers and knowledge workers. So that's how we are pushing it, especially to the main ministry like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Entrepreneurship Development, Ministry of Economic Affairs. So we're pushing all this idea to them right now.
How does ASM champion the STEM agenda at the national level as a motion of support to the government's initiatives?
Okay. This is one of the core of flagship program of ASM. Since 2001, we are pushing this idea of changing the way we teach in school, rather than rote learning or textbook styles, because we think the young generation does not feel it is attractive enough for them to choose science, mathematics and technological engineering subject. So what we're pushing is as early as kindergarten, they need to be exposed to inquiry-based science education, whereby, it's a two-way kind of learning, a lot of hands-on, that give them a very concrete kind of understanding of science methodology or mathematics from the beginning. Because when you go to secondary school, it's too late already.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to nurture them since kindergarten and primary school, and we would like to change. So we were given 4 pilot schools. From ministry in Ulu Langat. We retrained 20 science and mathematics teachers.
Oh, good.
Okay, we thought we can do a training of 6 hours, 8 hours. No, we need a training of at least 60 to 80 hours for the teachers to have confidence to be a facilitator in the classroom, teaching science and mathematics subjects in a very interactive manner.
Problem-based learning,
problem solving, and throwing challenge to them, and using whatever they learn from the science principles or things, and then they start thinking and be more creative. Okay, so thanks to government in 2017, they have approved inquiry-based science education pedagogy, and together with Akademi, they have formed a national STEM center. This National STEM Center, in 2018, they have retrained the same kind of training that we did, pilot for the 20 teachers, to 1,500 teachers. So slowly we hope we can keep on, even teachers have to learn, unlearn, relearn. Okay, and they have to be retrained, because things in science, mathematics, a lot of things have changed. Even textbook cannot catch up. Okay, so how do you bring the most current issues, current things into the classroom. If we don't do that in the fast pace, and what we need is a network among teachers, because they know best how to teach, but they can come up with the modules. So what we want to have is a group of teachers that creating their own inquiry-based science education teaching modules that teachers can start practicing it in classroom, so they can share to each other. That's also what we learned from the York STEM Center in UK. Most of the country in the world is facing STEM issue because most of the young generation, they don't like this science and mathematics subjects. So it is a global phenomena and it's a global problem. So with that, Akademi keep on pushing, and we hope by tackling the issues of skills among teachers, it can be more sustainable, and there is a continuity in school. So we hope that is will prolong by government, and we have around 47,000 to 50,000 science and mathematics teachers throughout Malaysia. So it takes some time to train them.
How is ASM working its initiative towards attaining the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals?
We just being invited to sit in United Nations Committee, Malaysian chapter under Sustainable Development. So we have a representative sitting in this committee, and concurrently we are also doing most of our policy studies, putting in the elements and the principle of Sustainable Development Goals. We're looking seriously in water issues. Now we are embarking into blue economy. Okay. Yes. And then we are also pushing a lot in energy. What are the futures energies? These are some area that Akademi is pushing under SDG platforms. Recently, we have a few fellows of the Akademi representing social science and humanities. So we are looking also into human rights, balancing between economy and knowledge, equality, women. So we have this initiative here and there. Now we are trying to bind it and then pushing it to our government to have some concrete approach. So we are working now to at least 18 ministries in Malaysia, giving inputs in different sectors, and we hope it can be compiled in such a way under the 12 Malaysia plan that Ministry of Economic Affairs is doing it right now. So we hope all this will be translated into a good policy document. And one thing that Akademi is quite concerned is how to translate this good policy back to the practitioner and people at large. So that is what I think we need to strengthen once we have a good binded kind of policy that tackles all the 17 goals of SDG.
Great. What are the future plans of ASM to reach more individuals, including indigenous people in rural areas on STI?
Our plan now is most of our work is some sort like a behind the scene. Okay, so some people don't really know how do ASM play their role, because being a think tank, so we go direct to our stakeholder, mainly ministries. Okay, giving input, strategic inputs and recommendations to the government on what is the best approach, especially things related to science, technology, innovation. How to include them and reach out is to have more conducive kind of policy for the indigenous, for others, to ensure that no one is left behind. Okay, so that is our first approach. Next year, we will be celebrating our 25th anniversary of the Academy.
Wow, thank you.
Okay, under the leadership of my president, Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail, she is pushing for Academy to be more visible in the media and social media. So it's time for us to go up front and let them know what we have been doing. So I said, okay, so that is how we want to reach out. We have been doing a lot of awareness program We go to rural area, particularly like in Sabah and Sarawak, when we do Malaysia 2050, Progressive Malaysia. We went to Sabah and Sarawak. We do stakeholder engagement to understand. One thing that we learn from indigenous group, especially orang asal in Sabah and Sarawak, this is in terms of SDG, is equality, right? In Malaysia, we have a lot of races, religions, and then how to make them unite, how to make them feel that we are Malaysians. So one principle that we learn under Progressive Malaysia 2050 study is we need to move our mindset. We always have this principle of tolerance, you see. But what I learned from Sabah indigenous or orang asal in Sabah is we need to move from tolerance to respect and accept. So that is under unity, under peoples and values that I think we should push in order to reach out to all and feel that we are united. We are just 32 million population, very small. Okay, we need to work together and push our nation towards the next level. And we have some advantage. Our differences is advantage.
Yes.
We know how to do business with India because we understand how is it. Because yes, so we need to take our strength and package it in such a way, and we can go far. But until we have this prosperous, harmonious, and sustainable concept really embed in our culture, we cannot go far. So to reach out, to answer your question, we need to put these principles forward and make Malaysian to embrace it. So that's how we're trying to push it. As an Academy of Science, people say, why is Academy is talking about? But these values is important. With that only we can have the future talents. The one that I told you about that have to be learn, relearn, unlearn, co-create. But without unity, without harmonious, I don't think so we can push far. So I think that is the key. And another key is a strong leadership in every sector. Okay, if you have a strong leadership, we can reach out to any. So that's how we are trying to do. We have one flagship in Academy called Young Scientist Network. We are trying to create a platform for the young scientists, future leaders in science, to use this platform and start expose them to the big picture, the national picture of science and technology, for them to take over from the senior scientists that is living one by one.
Okay.
So that's how we want to have a continuity of leadership, and it should be inclusive, representing the whole three big regions of Malaysia. So that's how we are trying to reach out. So we hope this kind of platform will attract talented young leaders in science and technology to continue to face the challenges and push the boundaries for Malaysia. So that is our plan.
Thank you, Hazami. That was a real good interview.
Thank you, and I think this is a good discussion, and I hope we can reach out as many people as we can, and let us work together.
Let's educate more people.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
TSEG is committed and has pledged to contribute more in making Malaysia a better place. Malaysia is on its path towards attaining an advanced nation status among leading players of science, technology and innovation globally. The Progressive Malaysia 2050 and Shared Prosperity Vision 2030 have forged pathways to make this aspiration a reality. So let us together make Malaysia a wonderful and progressive nation come 2050. Watch out for more informative and educational videos from us. Do subscribe our channel, TSEG Revolution, YouTube, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Till we meet in our next video, signing off, Sundaran Muniandi, TSEG, generating a humane and holistic community.